Hi everyone. Today's video is going to be a sort of, I think they call it a spotlight card, and so I'm just going through some of the elements I'm going to use. I'm going to use some Tim Holtz alcohol pearlings. I previously did played around with some of the colors, and then I'm using MFT's All About You stamp set and die set. All the dies are the two U's from there, as well as some Stampin' Up cardstock to create the cards. So I also used A2 layering dies from Waffle Flower, which is new to me, but there's a ton that you get in that set, so they really are handy to have. So here what I'm doing is I'm lining up the words you to to where I want them on the card. And then just bear in mind that you need to keep not only the outlines of those, but sometimes the middle pieces. So there's the middle of the O on that particular one, and then I'll show you these two tiny little pieces that you need to keep from your background, and it'll make sense when we get to putting it together. On these two, I'm also cutting these out 3 times again. The idea is to have 3 layers coming out of the card, and that's the idea behind it, is that it looks like this word is jumping out of the card. On here, my sentiments, I'm using pumpkin pie on pumpkin pie cardstock from Stampin' Up, and I'm using pumpkin pie ink, sorry, not pumpkin pie, lemon lime twist on lemon lime twist cardstock again. I think it's nice to do tone on tone because it's just another way to use the card and ink that you have already. For this bit, you don't need a die to cut your sentiments out, although that's handy to have, but just straight cuts works really well and makes it almost like a block of wording, which is a nice thing. I think it looks really nice with black cardstock and white embossed powder on it as well. This bit is where you start to put the whole element together. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm layering the letters together, but you can either do it separately or I'm just doing it straight onto the card. Just bear in mind that you need to make sure the whole of the back piece is completely flat, otherwise you won't get quite the effect that you need. So I just had to fix that a little bit, but I'm just layering all the pumpkin pie cardstock together, and then I will add the top layer, which is the same as the background, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So here's the Y going on, and you can see how it lines up beautifully, and you can see how it suddenly almost like it's coming out of the card, and I think it's just such a neat thing. So this is, bear in mind, this is the first time I've actually tried this, so I think it worked out all right. And I'm just adding a sentiment there to the bottom of the card. Now this card, same idea. This is the lemon lime twist one, and I just picked colors of cardstock and ink that would work with the colors of the alcohol pearlings. I just thought these colors work quite well together, but don't get too hung up on that. Again, it's down to what looks pleasing to the eye. So if you want to do all of the, I could have done it on black cardstock and that would have looked very cool, and the same on white, but I chose these colors. If your word's in one piece like this one is, then it is a lot easier. It goes a bit quicker, I found, but obviously being more detailed, you know, there's obviously going to be like, there's a really tiny little piece that I have to get in the where the Y comes down and curls round. You know, there's that little piece that's got to go in there. So there are some tinier elements when you're working with that sort of thing, but try it with your different dies. If you look through your dies, you'll find there's probably a ton of them that you can use to do the same sort of thing. So as long as it's a solid or whole image, you can do just this. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This is probably the shortest video I've ever made in my life, but I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you give this a whirl. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more from me and my crafty, crazy stuff that I create. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!